say? Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Shannon Keys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be reacting to some more of these conspiracy TikToks. So let's get into it.
Man, you ain't gonna believe this. Do you remember when Jay-Z said this? Now follow me now, because this is gonna be a good one. This ain't about they clone Tyrone, but it's very, very close. Now watch this right here. Most of us work a 9 to 5, and they call that the rat race, either corporate America or blue collar work. It's the rat race. But did you know that the rat race actually means a group of laboratory rats racing through a maze in order to be the first one to obtain the gold? That's interesting. They also made it a movie back in 1960. But what does this have to do with they clone Tyrone or Jay-Z? I'm glad you asked. Our story first starts with this guy right here. His name is Robert Tryon. Robert Tryon, kind of like Tyrone. Check this out. He was an American behavior psychologist who pioneered the study of hereditary trait inheritance and learning in animals. His series of experiments with laboratory rats showed that animals can be selectively bred for greater aptitude at certain intelligence tests. Now watch this. This is the crazy part right here. Tune in real quick. Hold on to your horses and your seats, because it's about to go down. So Robert Tryon, he conducted a test with 100 rats, right? And he put them in certain environments, one with a clean environment and one with a dirty environment. Now watch what my guy said. Watch this.
Environment where it had clean water, they put it in an environment where it had the right amount of space for the rats can, get basically if they wanted to be by themselves, they could. They made sure that it was good food in there, that didn't have any type of poisons put inside the foods. They even gave them space to breathe, to go upstairs, downstairs. They just gave them this abundant environment, right? They put these rats in there. Mind you, these are the same rats with the same genetical molecular structure, which is nothing different. They both came from the same mama, the same daddy, the same family tree, right? So they took these rats, they put one in a good environment, then they put the other 100 rats in a bad environment where they didn't get water. If they did get water, the water actually had acids in it. They made sure they didn't give them the regular food. I think they gave them like cat food or something like that with a bunch of pellets that was inside of them, right? They stuck them on top of each other, and they made sure that the space was very, very small. They never cleaned any poop out of the maze. They pissed out of the maze, and they left them in there. They left them in there for 4 months, and they watched how their behavior changed. They went back and they got the actual rats that came from the good environment, and they put them in the maze. They ended up going through the maze very, very fast. Then they ended up going to get the rats that they put in a bad environment and put them in the maze, and they didn't know how to even make it through the first section of the maze. So he like, maybe this is a coincidence. So he did it. So what he did was he switched the rats. He took the rats that was smart, that made it through the maze, that was in the good environment, and he put them in a bad environment. Then he took the rats that was in a bad environment, that was dummies that couldn't make it through the maze at all, and he put them in a good environment. He waited 4 months, then he took them back out. The same rats that was good and smart, that was in a good environment, they put in a bad environment, now they couldn't make it through the maze. The same rats that was in a bad environment, that was dummies that couldn't make it through the maze, he put them in a good environment, now they making it through the maze and making it through life just fine. So he said, damn, it ain't the genetics. It ain't who these people is as individuals. It's the community. It's the environment that you put these biological entities in that changes the way they interact with the environment and with themselves. Did you know he did another 6-month experiment on the same rats that he left in the bad environment? Guess what they started doing? Killing each other. Some of the male rats started humping other male rats. Homosexuality. Look, the other rats that was at the bottom that didn't have the food, these niggas went upstairs to the other rats and started robbing them for food and water. I said, damn, this sound like your typical project. Don't this sound like the PJs? This is a real rat experiment. So it made me start questioning. I had to sit back and really rub my shit. They turned into robbing rats? They turned into robbing, homosexual. What else are you gonna do? It's a survival mechanism at this point. Now check this out though, guys. It was a selective group of female rats, and I really want y'all to look this up when y'all get home today. Watch this. It will fuck your mind up. The female rats, they started pampering themselves. They used to let their children just do what the fuck ever. They started pampering themselves. All they was worried about hood rats. Which one is it? See, these were the hood rats. The hood rats, right, exactly. So the hood rats, I'm going to quote that. The hood rats, all they did was pamper themselves. The only thing that they worried about was their fur. They worried about their weight. They didn't worry about their children anymore. They weren't worried about the mama papa rat. The only thing that they focused on was their actual cells. And then the father rats started going to other different parts of the actual rat experiment cage and started like bullying on the younger children. It was crazy, man. Look, it gets so deep when you really start watching it. It even rapists started happening. Rape with the older male rats in the community. quickly they started raping the younger males and the younger female rats. Same thing that happens in the ghetto where a young girl will get touched on by their uncle, or a young male will get touched on by their uncle or their auntie. This happens. So it's like, damn, is this rat experiment that's going on in Tyrone, rat maze experiment, the same shit that's going on with us?
That experiment that you just heard Yaki Awakening talk about, it happened in 1940s. With understanding that, this gives a new and profound identity and definition of the term hood rat, projects, and rat race. So when you think about they cloned Tyrone, it's not necessarily that they cloned people, but they actually cloned the idea and the mental capacity and the structure on how these people behave, being that they're in a controlled environment. I don't know. What do you think about it? Because if you're in a bad environment, something that's not really good for your health, your mental health, or anything like that, you might want to get out of that environment, because we know that it's not our genetics that has us acting all crazy and out of control, but it's our environment. The environment might be a little bit toxic. So I suggest you find somewhere else to go. Dang, I guess the homie Jay was right. That's crazy. Hey, following like this.
The Earth could be much bigger than we thought. And you know,
It's wild to think about. Smart to do a study like that, but just goes to show nature versus nurture, you know? Gotta change your environment if you want to change yourself.
really disturbing? I'll reveal it at the end. In recent years, there has been discussion about the Earth's actual shape, with some questioning whether it is spherical or flat. While some have suggested potential conspiracy theories exist, it's hypothesized that Earth could be much larger than we realize. The idea that only 7 continents exist seems limited. One proposal suggests Antarctica is actually a giant icy barrier hiding additional continents beyond. Hypothetically, if someone could traverse this frozen wall, they may discover 20 secret continents previously unknown. These mysterious lands have sparked ideas about prehistoric creatures, aliens, and advanced civilizations living there. Interestingly, one concept proposes the 7 continents we inhabit now are like a vast corporate farm owned and controlled by a small group of extremely wealthy families. These elites could originate from the enigmatic undiscovered continents. So, these are 2 very disturbing questions. Why do you think exploring Antarctica was banned? And do you know the truth that there is no real picture of the Earth? Every picture that's been released on Google or released from NASA is a 3D render.
Thinking about the Antarctic wall. Sometimes, I mean, I love my lifestyle that I have, but sometimes I wish I could be an explorer, man. And go out with some homies. Let me know in the comments below who would travel to the wall with me. We take a bunch of gear and just see what we can see what happens.
How bad would this have been had it not missed the Earth?
The question is, who produced Oumuamua?
On October 19th, 2017, Pan-STARRS spotted an object moving rapidly between the stars. And this time, the usual follow-up measurements showed something completely different. We had enough data to realize that this object wasn't from our solar system. Our own solar system is huge, so even getting a package from the nearest star system, 4.4 light years away, would take over 50,000 years. So this is a really big deal.
It's a mysterious force. We shot without showing any cometary evaporation, no rocket effect to push it. The question is, what was pushing it?
The interstellar visitor entered our solar system from above the plane of the planets, coming from the direction of the constellation Lyra, and it passed closest to the sun on September 9th, passing inside the orbit of Mercury.
When a person fasts,
Crazy.
when you stop eating, it reveals the body's superpower.
When food is plentiful, our body stores excess energy in the form of fat, under the skin and around the internal organs. When food is scarce, that fat is sent to the liver, where it's turned into an alternative fuel source called a ketone. And it's these ketones which provide the emergency power source, not only for our bodies, but also our brains.
In 2024, the Earth will split into 2 Earths, and it's a metaphorical split. And what you will see is the birth of a new Earth, which essentially will be heaven. And on the flip side, there will be a dystopian, apocalyptic, hell type of reality. And which earth you exist on will be determined by your vibrational alignment. And so everybody since 2020 that's been focusing on self-improvement, knowledge, health, and spirituality will ascend to this new earth. And the people that's stuck in negativity and drama and self-hatred and ignorance, they will experience hell on earth and eventually be wiped out. A lot of people think that everybody will make it, but they won't. You have to evolve or you will become obsolete. The days of being average and doing the bare minimum just to get by is over. You will be forced to learn new skills and become your highest self, or you just won't make it. And understand, there will be pain. See, I was lucky because I went through the pain in the beginning in 2020 when I got shot. So that was the universe forcing me to level up spiritually to where now I'm in a whole different dimension. But 2024 will be the split and the earth will become more and more polarized. So you will either ascend and become a god or you'll be stuck in the old world.
I'm trying to move to the good reality when that shift happens this year. But as far as the fasting goes, I've done a couple 72-hour fasts now. I like to do them to reset a little bit, and it's really healthy for your body. But I'll have to take y'all along with me this next time I do it, because I gotta do one here shortly. I'll just start doing shorts and whatnot, and y'all can come along on the journey. Fast with me if you like, you know.
I don't even know what happened. I think the wind took it, but this is what's happening.
Absolutely feels unreal. We've been talking about this for months and months, and we were not sure if they're still here, if we can make it. But man, check this out. Yes, the guys that took us here, they are the gatekeepers in a way for these lands. But the location seems so... You can fall at any time, but they say no worries whatsoever. It absolutely feels unreal.
Titanic never sank. You wouldn't believe me, would you? But listen to this. The owner of the boat, J.P. Morgan, actually had two boats. He had the Titanic and he had the Olympic.
And the Olympic was a little bit older and a little bit more run down, and it was also in some accidents. So the theory is that J.P. Morgan sank the boat on purpose because he knew he would get a lot of money. He did it for the insurance money. But why sink the newly built Titanic when you could scratch off the paint, swap the names, and sink the Olympic? Instead, he just painted the word Titanic over the Olympic. It gets worse. Guess who was on that boat? All of J.P. Morgan's business competitors, and not one of them made it out. Oh my God, but guess who wasn't on the boat? J.P. Morgan. He canceled minutes before it left because he knew it was going to sink. And there was a guy named James Fenton who survived and worked on the boat. And on his deathbed, his last words were, "The Titanic never sank. It was the Olympic."
Treacherous.
You're not even ready to imagine the craziness we're in right now. Antarctica is the most mysterious continent in the world. A new theory is so crazy that it could completely change your perception of the Earth. According to this theory, Antarctica is not just a massive ice continent, but rather an enormous ice wall that surrounds all the continents. In 1992, a new world map was created, the Gleason map, which shows Antarctica encircling all our continents. This theory goes even further. Some believe that if we manage to cross this wall, we will encounter numerous other continents deliberately hidden from us by governments.
So this is a video of the moon. This is past the ice wall. Stay tuned on my page. I'll be bringing lots of videos like this of the moon, pyramids, planets, getting past the outer poles.
Looks like that's gonna be it. It'd be interesting. I'd really like to see if there is stuff outside the ice walls. And if there is, I hope it's all tropical and they're way more technologically advanced or something. I mean, there could still be a global Earth with that concept or a flat Earth with that concept. But that'll be it for today. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I hope everybody's well. Try and stay warm. It's getting cold where I'm at. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace out.
Now. Yeah. Say. Yeah.